Okay, perfect. I think we can all get started now. Hi, guys. I see a lot of you from around the world today. Super excited. My name's Rob. I'm currently based in Munich. I'm business development manager for CLO-SET Europe. Previously, I was on the product development side, working for Adidas, Tommy Hilfiger, Ted Baker, Lian Feng in London. But yeah, really excited to meet you all today. And yeah, our session today will be a skill up session aimed for vendors and how we can work in close collaboration with brands. And with that, I'll hand over to Michael.
Yeah, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm an account manager for CLO-SET, also based in Munich. Yeah, I also have a background in design, and I started at CLO as a 3D designer, now taking care of CLO-SET accounts for Europe, and I hand over to my colleague Jason.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason from CLO Hong Kong, and also I'm same as Mikhail, that I'm the CLO-SET account manager. And if you have already followed our CLO-SET webinar for a few times, I think you're pretty sure you can recognize me for every time. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask us anytime. And even after this webinar, you can feel free to reach me. Yeah, and I can support you. Yeah, but I will pass the time back to Robert first, and then I think everyone is really look forward for the start of webinar, right? So I think Robert is already be ready for the webinar. Yeah, so
Perfect.
Go ahead.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Perfect. Allow me to share my screen, and yeah, we can get started. Lovely. Can everyone see my screen currently? Perfect. So today, thank you for everyone for joining. Today we'll be going through our CLO-SET session that's aimed for vendors' use and closer collaboration with brands. So on our agenda today, we have a CLO-SET introduction, our overview of our CLO-SET workflow, our future roadmap that I think you'll find all exciting. Then Jason and Michael will take over for a live demonstration and showing you some of our exciting features, and then we'll wrap off nicely with a Q&A session. Now, for some of you who have been in our previous webinars, are quite familiar with CLO and an introduction, but just a little refresher is CLO-SET is basically a web space platform, cloud platform that allows a 360-degree view of the end-to-end creation process, starting from concept all the way to buy ready. And the reason why we started this, our fashion journey, is that we realized there was an absence of a streamlined communication channel within the industry. So obviously, on a day-to-day basis, we work on different platforms such as Miro boards, PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets. And what we aim to do with CLO-SET is centralize all that communication in one centralized platform. The challenges that we faced, as I think we can all agree, is the miscommunication. So sometimes it can be arduous process, chasing up on emails, writing each other via Teams, Slack, and other different platforms. So what we aim to do here is have clear visibility of our whole creation timeline so everyone is updated. The repetitive processes, I think, is no mystery that, you know, over the last couple of years that we've seen some real struggles, everything from the pandemic to the Ukrainian war, timelines being extended on 2 weeks for our creation processes. And what we aim to do here is speed up the timelines, reduce the amount of sample submissions that we submit to our brands, and leverage our 3D assets, and then to finalize our data as well, because sometimes as well this can be a bit unstructured, but what we aim to do here is have everything finalized and have a clear process of where we're heading. Insufficient data utilization. Again, when a brand kicks off a seasonal process. It's great to see a point of departure, such as what is the returns rate from previous seasons, what was our best seller, and what we aim to do here is utilize this data and give us a great starting point to our seasonal development process, which we'll go through later today. So the benefits that I want to highlight is what we aim to do is have complete data transparency through this whole creation process between between the vendor and brand. Increased productivity, so speeding up decision-making processes, shortening down our lead times, and have quicker reactions so we can start delivering better use of our assets, leveraging our 3D assets to the absolute maximum. So as I said before, what we've done in CLO is just the base, and what we aim to do from CLO-SET is leverage this from concept all the way up to buy ready. And last but not least, my favorite topic, sustainability. I think we can all agree that the less samples we make during our product creation process, the better it is for our environment. So our workflow, as I said before, just give a quick refresher of what our workflow is. Some of you might be familiar with this, but I want to highlight today in our session how we can really benefit from a vendor perspective, closer collaborations with our brands. So we begin with concept. At the concept stage, it's the point of departure for brands at the start of the seasonal process. Here on the concept stage, we can upload 2D mood boards and design concepts onto a platform. Utilizing this function, vendors can suggest to brands to collaborate from the very start of the creation process, so allowing greater collaboration than ever before. You can request the brand's admin to add you within the communication tool by simply tagging you and relevant team members. You'll be notified when a new update to the concept stage is available. So once a brand uploads a new mood board or a new CAD, you'll be notified when this update is available. But in return, you can add your comments or suggestions to add benefits to the brand's early vision for the season. In addition, we are in the process of developing a new feature called Visual Board, which is quite exciting. This will allow you to drag and drop your 3D assets and create an interactive mood board. But the best thing about this is that it will be plugged into your PLM system or the brand PLM system. So when there is an update on the mood board, you'll be able to refresh and highlight this. And I think this has been touched on our previous sessions as well. For the design and preparation stage, I'll skip this because Michael and Jason will go into it in more detail for our demo. For the product development stage, brands and vendors will appreciate the seamless integration between CLO and CLO-SET. Simply search for material and components from the library tab and drag and drop and desired contents and start designing. During this stage, vendors can seize the opportunity and start following the design and development comments, as well as having joint ownership of the 3D asset. So allowing vendors to add their suggestions within the comments section, such as construction and pattern annotations and recommendations, as well as new product development innovations that brands might be interested in, and that will potentially help brands align with their yearly KPIs for product development, be it sustainability initiatives or help drive new product points of sale. For the edit re-upload, after receiving the initial feedback or the Proto 2 stage, brands and vendors can re-upload their designs with additional feature of looking up the complete product history, ensuring both brand and vendor have complete clarity during the product lifecycle, all in one centralized location. Once the asset has been re-uploaded, users can run renders through CLO-SET on the CLO-SET server, meaning you can work on another asset while multiple assets are being rendered through our cloud service. Once the rendering is completed, CLO-SET will send you a notification to inform you this has been completed. Then running into our line adaptation stage, users can utilize a space called Assortment Room. Assortment Room is a perfect platform to compare multiple 3D assets and perfect space for cross-functional presentations to showcase your 3D assets. In addition, CLO-SET provides a mix and match feature where users can mix and match their tops and bottoms and send the end results via a JPEG or PNG file to external users for further usage. And then I think what we highlighted in previous sessions as well is our tech pack. Well, our 3D web tech pack within this. We provide the BOM and POM tab, where we export the POM and BOM data, which has been input via the CLO-3D file, and we auto-generate the report for you. Based on the auto-generated data, users can also edit the data, and all the edits are trackable via a version history tab as well. In addition, all sub features offer communication tools in order to communicate with all external users as well. And then along with the BOM or POM tab, CLO-SET Web Tech Pack offers construction tab that displays auto-generated markers that allow construction and annotations for all content types that have been preset in CLO-3D. CLO-SET construction is integrated in all material and trims, even sewing methods of 3D garment made in CLO-3D. In addition to the construction tab, there's a cost estimation tab, which helps users estimate the cost of production based on the bill of materials data. Users can also add additional costs manually for better accuracy, but I think what we have here as well is great that brands and vendors align on pre-costing. So when we have the finalized costing, there is no nasty surprises. So it just, again, improves the communication between brand and vendor. And then what we recently released and what you should have been updated with as well is that we just released our virtual showroom. So I think, again, this is a really, really great feature. So creating a 360-degree virtual showroom, you can utilize this feature and put your new product lines within here. So by adding these 2D images and then adding these little widgets, as you can see on the right-hand screen here, by navigating around the 3D showroom, you can basically click on the 2D images and then it brings up the whole data for you. This does act as, you can activate turntable images by clicking on the 2D images, but also brings up the whole product history. So for instance, if a brand is not able to come into a vendor showroom, this utilizes it. So basically they have the new latest innovations that a vendor offers, but also it's just a great interactive tool as well as a selling point. And then last but not least, our go-to-market stage, where we offer our embedded viewer, a fantastic function where you as the vendor can share your 3D asset on your chosen e-com website. Using the embedded viewer gives you the function of not only using your standard 2D image photo shoot images, but also your 3D asset where the brands and customers can use our virtual fitting feature. The feature not only allows consumers to view the asset in 360-degree view, but also allows you to create a customized avatar using everything from skin composition to body type and height. The avatar is then generated with a 3D asset layered on top of it. This has not only helped brands visualize their final vision of their product creation, but also help reduce the seasonal returns rate due to the accurate fitting feature on the virtual fit. And then we move into our future roadmap. So within us, we have the expanding our current 3D ecosystem. So for instance, but hopefully very soon we'll be kicking off our visual board, which is basically like a whiteboard where you can utilize 3D images. So it gives you front, back, and side view. And this allows everyone more flexibility in terms of annotation and commenting on a particular 3D asset through the life cycle. So it just allows a lot more flexibility. What we'll be kicking off as well is online tutorials. So we'll be creating video content that will help you guide you through CLO-SET of our new releases and new features. Our graphics configurator and range plan is also will be expanded on, as well as our statistics at the moment, which Michael and Jason will go into a bit more detail. Then, of course, our metaverse, which is done through CLO-SET Connect. So with your avatars, you'll be able to upload these onto our platforms. External users can comment on these, but also it's a great feature where you can actually sell your content on this platform as well. And with that, I will hand over to Jason and Michael.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you so much, Robert. And I think everyone already have initial insights of what is CLO-SET and what we can do. But I think you already will have some question like, oh, so how I can set it up and what I can do it in the workflow. So it's time for the live demo, and let me and Mikhail start to demonstrate it to you all. So let me share my screen first. And also thank you for Mikhail and thank you, Robert. And then let me share the screen.
Maybe I explain in the meanwhile what we are going to do. Jason and me, we prepared a role play. So we prepared a role play from a vendor perspective. I'm going to be the 3D designer, and Jason is the product developer, and we are displaying a workflow inside a ODM vendor, and we will go back and forth and show different features that a certain role within a vendor business needs to use CLO and CLO-SET.
Yeah. And I think I've shared the screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And also feel free to let us know if you cannot see it in the chat room. Oh yeah, Nicole. Yeah, we will have the webinar recording in YouTube as well. So yeah, I think later on we can share it with you. But let's start it really. Yeah. So as what Mikhail mentioned, that we are going to do a role play just like in a company. And in a company, for sure, we'll have the 3D specialist or merchandiser and also product developer. So that I will be the product developer, and then Mikhail will be the 3D designer. And we will try to use CLO-SET as a workflow and to see how to, from the beginning, prepare the materials and then start the 3D prototype in CLO, and also communication, the design review in CLO-SET. So we will do this role play, and I hope you enjoy how it works in CLO-SET and how CLO-SET can benefit to you all. So let's start it. Okay. So here is the beginning of the design project, and you can see, assuming I'm the product developer, and I'm going to initiate a new collection and sell it to one of my buyers. And here is the interface of CLO-SET, and you can see we can group the collection into different folders based on the company structure or per brand. For example, brand A, and then different season, and then different work group. So here comes to the top. Then here is the workroom of the new collection. And this collection, you can see, is already consists of both carryover and new style. When we click on each preview, it will access to the content page. So here is the one of the example. We are going to design a new search based on the existing search block from our asset library. So when we click on the left-hand side, we can see where it comes from originally. And that is the basic block from previous season. And as a starting point, I've already prepared my mood board and specification for the new design. So I will first go to the attachment tab and then to attach my mood board and specification. And then we can also use another tab, the comments, to inform my in-house 3D designer, which means Mikhail, to start creating these projects in CLO. Yep, so I've already tagged him. And just as a remark is, because maybe previously we still need to have some like Excel sheets to manage all the information, like quantity or the retailing date or the exit date or the price. But here, CLO-SET also provides the line sheets function so that I can just type it in and then make everything connected. Yep. So every information is ready. Then I can pass the time to my 3D designer and let's see the next step.
Yes, assuming I'm the 3D designer in charge, I'm going to get notified via the notification tab and via email that my colleague from product development demands my help. I will check the comment section and read what task my colleague from development is demanding and reply to let him know that I'm on it. I'm going to type in, "Well noted, thanks." And of course, make sure to post a comment to notify my colleague. Next, I'm downloading the file to create the demanded changes on the basic block. As my colleague highlighted in the comment, I will find all the documentation needed in the attachment section. Before I download it, I will have a quick look at the provided material. As you can see, it is a technical drawing with explanations and a mood board. I'm going to download it now, and once it's downloaded to my computer, I head over to CLO-Software to start with the actual design work. Of course, I also could have downloaded the project file via the CLO-SET tab in CLO-Software. So I proceed by getting the ingredients for the requested changes via that way. As you can see, I have an easy time getting everything I need inside this well-structured asset library, while I struggled a lot with different file sharing platforms in the past. Question to the audience: who is utilizing the CLO-SET tab and who is still downloading the file to the machine? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
Once the ingredients are applied to the style, it will look like this. And again, I'm ready to upload to CLO-SET platform. This might take a moment. While we're waiting, you can let us know in the chat if you're utilizing the CLO-SET tab. Once the loader loop finished, I can click on OK. And select the copy of the block my colleague shared with me to upgrade with a new version. My colleague from development will of course get informed that there is a new version available.
Yeah, and then it's time for me. So we can see the 3D designer have complete their style. And for me, for sure, I need to refill it and finalize it first before I showcase it to my buyers. So first of all, same as Clo 3D, actually, you can see in the window, we have the 3D viewer. So we can rotate, zoom, pan to the basic navigation. Yep. And then another thing is, I also wanted to know more how it constructs and how is the workmanship. So at the left-hand side, we have the talk about. It includes different tools to help us understand the style, such as the 3D tab pack. So when I click on each pattern in the list, the corresponding pattern or the materials will be highlighted. So by using this tool, I can understand how it works, and how it's constructed. For example, the button. So it's more everything directly in 3D. And then another thing is, I'm a product developer, and I suddenly think, I need to try with another colorway or texture. It also works in CLO-SET. So I can use this configurator tool to attach different another texture and also to change its scale. So just like Clo 3D, but I'm not a Clo professional, but I know how to do it in CLO-SET easily. And for sure, for color, I can recolor it with Pantone or Color World and try it with another style. So I can also involve in the design development. So here we go. We have complete a new colorway. But in the meantime, I also have some comments I want to show. So for example, I want to change the web pocket and also add a logo there. So I can make the comments or feedback directly in the 3D window via the annotation, just like here. Yep. So I have the comments, and finally, I just need to label it as another workflow and also use the comment tab to inform my designer again. So Mikhail, you can continue. Huh.
Again, as a 3D designer, it's my job to follow the development colleague's lead. By getting notified by the notification tab or via email, I again read my colleague's comment carefully to understand what I have to do. I make sure to leave a comment to let my colleague know that I'm on it. I will tag him again and I will write something like, noted, will proceed by doing the changes according to annotations. And of course, I make sure to post a comment to let my colleague know. Then I head to the annotation tab to check what my colleague wants me to do. The first annotation is changing the color to a shirt color. The second annotation is to change the pocket to a welt pocket and to add a logo. And the third annotation is to create a new colorway by using the texture created in the texture configurator and the Pantone color stated in the annotation. Therefore, I quickly head to the color configurator tab, click on texture, and make sure to download it. Once the texture is downloaded, I also download the latest version, including the colorway my development colleague set up. And once again, I head over to Close Software to create the requested changes once the file is generated. So the generation of the file usually also takes a moment. I download it. I'm in Close Software, and once the changes are done, the shirt looks like this. And again, we click the cloud icon on the top right and upload to CLO-SET. Again, once the loader loop is finished, I make sure to upgrade the existing style to create a new version. I hit OK, select the style I want to upgrade, and the new version is created. Assuming this was the last revision round and the style is approved, I might get the order now to create renders for internal usage or maybe commercial use cases. To always create consistent image output, I now select the render preset I uploaded for this webinar purpose. All renders created with this preset will have the same camera angles and lighting. Of course, I can check the output directly on the platform once the renders are calculated. Of course, you also can check the render progress by clicking on the information button. And once it's calculated, I can check my render output directly on CLO-SET platform.
Yeah. And then the last thing for sure is go back to me. And let's say the collection is finalized and it's ready to showcase it to the brand, and we can use assortment. So for me, I will use assortment to sort out the style from different workroom and showcase it in a list. And you can see we can preview each style in 3D view, 2D view. Yeah, again, we can rotate it and also the render image. And in the meantime, for me and also my buyer, we can utilize the mix and match feature to test out the combination of different style, for example, top and bottom. So for example, we can test whether pen A will be matched with shirt A. So it can help us to make an accurate judgment, making in virtual just like what we did always in reality. Before my buyer know which one he really goes with. Yeah. Then when we have done the mix and match, they have decided this field style, we can highlight the pin at the bottom, and then that's all. So we have make a really smooth decision making. But in the meantime, I can also use a virtual showroom to showcase my style to different buyers or potential customer. So you can see we can add different tag on different components. And then once this showroom is generated, it will look like that. Your consumer or your buyer can go inside your virtual showroom and then click on different tag to see the 3D content. Yeah, just like reality again. But for sure, another thing is production. So in CLO-SET, I can also generate the Excel tab pad, including the POM, graphic placement, etc. Another similar thing is we can generate also the web tab pad. So it's also include all the related information such as the schedule, the BOM of the material, even include grading and different colorway. Also a page for marking down all the workmanship we call construction. So it's just like PPT. We can add different marking on different components. Yeah. So for example, now I can again commenting here we need to add a patch. But in the meantime, maybe for a specific pattern, there will be some requirement. Yeah. So I can also have this workmanship, and for sure, another page is for measurement. And finally is cost estimation. So everything can be connected in 3D and also generated in 3D, including the tab pack. And I can put this tab pack to my production, to my factory, to continue the mass production. Yeah. But in the meantime, we also still have some different tools. So I think Mikhail, you will finally introduce it. Yeah.
Exactly. Leaving the role as a 3D designer now, I'm going to highlight the feature for next season planning called content statistics. From a vendor perspective, it is of course very important to know the personality of each buyer. This is why we recently started to launch our first content statistic tool with showing content statistics for colors. You could either launch the statistics tool for your company or specify the data on a certain brand or workroom level to analyze color statistics for each buyer or brand. More content statistic features for fabric and style will follow and are on our roadmap. Yeah, you can, of course, create charts that fulfill your needs for specific timelines. And the scatter chart will also show which color is used the most and how frequently all colors are used. As most ODM vendors also sell their products not just B2B, but also B2C, we also provide a fitting conversion service that can be embedded in your website or e-commerce page. The fitting service is launched from the assortment room by selecting a style and clicking on preview fitting from an already created fitting conversion. I do that from the yellow jacket. Once it's loaded, customers, so what you see is the 3D viewer that is going to be embedded. And once it's loaded, customers will be able to choose an avatar type and body form and later enter their body measurements such as height and weight, and will then be able to check the fit of each size of the product on an avatar based on their measurements. So they can tweak the sliders, and then there is an avatar generated from these measurements. The now generated avatar can be used to fit the different sizes of a product onto. And the fit can be checked with the fit viewer, and the customer directly sees if the garment is maybe too tight or too loose. This will help customers make buying decisions and increase sales, as customers will be more likely to find the size that they need, and therefore this will boost the buying decision. So you can see you can switch between the sizes, and again, check the fit view. Finally, one just needs to copy and paste the iframe link to embed the service into their own website. Thanks for listening to our roleplay. Let us know if you liked it in the chat and feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, so here's just like a general workflow. That's how the product developer and also 3D designer can work together in CLO-SET. But for sure, there are more possibility. And it's time for Q&A, and we'd like to hear your advice, yeah, and also your feedback, or if there's any questions. But in the meantime, I will also invite, I think Jessica, are you here? Yeah. So maybe another our business development manager can also go on the stage, and then we can support your questions together. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let me see. Yeah, what's the questions we have in the chat room? Yeah, you're welcome, Sui. Metaverse. I think we can, because we will also have the webinar in the in the next time. And if you have any like topics you wanted to know more in the next time, please feel free to let us know. And then we can, based on your comments, to prepare for the next time. Can we change the chat color? So got it. Yeah, at this moment for the chat colors, we can only, if you need to change it, basically you need to use the CLO texture editor to like separately change it. But for sure, thank you for your feedback, and we will consider. Yeah.
Is the line sheet updated with changes, or like assortment, you have to update it manually? So you can do it both. You can, if there's a plugin for your PLM, then this will be updated automatically, but also you can do it manually, so it's for better accuracy as well. And yeah, welcome, Jessica.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
I joined the webinar for the Q&A session. Nice meeting you all.
And then, oh yeah, and in the meantime, if you have questions, also because some of it is also not just related to CLO-SET, but also with CLO software and even many things like Unreal Engine. So just feel free to ask those questions even in our support, our community, and also Discord. Yeah. Because we can also help to invite the 3D specialists from from CLO to support you. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I saw some of the questions is more for CLO side. Yeah, like the garment fit features, and then color name and puckering. Yeah, those things again. Maybe we can share the community of CLO, and then the support channel, and then you can ask those questions there, so that those CLO professional can support you. Yeah.
If I could jump in to answer to Aspen's question. Yeah, we currently provide the open API where you can have a linkage between where you can embed the cart button and then the like button within the designated website. So for instance, like Shopify or eBay or Amazon, you can always embed our 3D viewers and link the cart and like button, and to have a connection with your end consumer as well.
Yeah, I hope it answers the questions from Aspen. And then, but feel free to let us know if you have follow-up questions. But I saw another questions from Ricky, like to create 3D showroom in CLO-SET. Yeah, so that is kind of a new features in CLO-SET. And what you can do is, first of all, if you have an actual showroom, in the reality, you can take pictures in JPEG, different angle, or even HDRI, which means the 360-degree image, and then just input it in CLO-SET. And for sure, your showroom already have some actual sample inside, right? Maybe a shoes or a garment, a top, and then all those things, you just need to, like in the setting page, you add a tag there, and that tag might be connected to one of the 3D style you have already uploaded before in CLO-SET. So finally, when you generate this showroom, it will be really a virtual showroom. Yeah. And then you can share it in QR code or hyperlink to your buyers or your audience. And then they just need to go to different angle and then click that tag, and then it will pop out the 3D window to show those contents. Yeah. But in the meantime, I think it might be because I saw there are a little bit more and more questions related to virtual showroom. So maybe we can also consider that as the next topic for a next webinar.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And yes, it's already available in assortment. Yeah. So maybe we really can show it next time. Yeah. And in the meantime, actually in our CLO-SET website, we also have already the manual and like those steps how to set it up. Yeah. So just feel free to try it out. Try it out now. Yeah.
And currently, the CLO-SET virtual showroom is offered as the advanced feature, meaning that our users need to have an advanced planned account in order to use that feature. But if you guys are on a trial, then you will also have a opportunity to explore all the advanced feature that we are offering under the advanced plan as well.
Yeah. Oh, I can also see another question from Dorothy. Let me see. Yeah. It's basically unless you make a really extreme like size of the avatar, otherwise, that like the one that Mikhail showed in the live demo is like we have the embed viewer, and then this 3D viewer can let your consumer to insert their height and weight, even their other measurement like the bust circumference, waist circumference, etc. And then basically, based on our experience, if those measurement is not too extreme, it's possible. And then it will also generate the virtual try-on and for your consumer to refill it. Yeah. So my answer would be, yeah, it basically no limitation unless it's too extreme for your size. Yeah.
Is YouTube the best place to get more CLO-SET training? Yes, so we do have a CLO-SET channel where we have previous webinars, so feel free please to check it out. But we always upload some really exciting content on there as well. But we're forever putting on webinars such as this. Of course, this one's focused on vendors, but however, depending on the user's request as well, we can also cater for a virtual showroom webinar in our next session, if you guys like to see it.
Yep.
To answer to Aspen's question, actually, your request to configure the graphics onto the 3D design is actually on our roadmap. So stay tuned for the upcoming feature. But that is actually on our roadmap to release a graphic configurator from CLO-SET side.
Yeah, and I saw Eric, will CLO-SET support FBX format? Yes, we support. Yeah, you can already upload it, and yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, and also we really like to hear your advice, like what kinds of topics you want to know in the next webinar.
Definitely.
So please feel free to share it with us. Yeah, in the chat room. Size-wise grading for graphic placement. I think. Oh, yeah.
No, go for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but feel free to help me to add on. Yeah, at this moment, because we're still developing that graphic configurator tools, so I think that is a really good feedback to us, like even considering the size. So yeah, we'll talk with our developer and then see how it can make it happen. Yeah.
How would you experiment with color by using hanger and table? Do you mean by like hanging and like folding the 3D garment to be hanging on the hanger and to be like folded on top of the table? Is that what you're referring to? In the meantime, we can move on to the next question.
What is the What is the digital fabric accuracy in Glow 3D? So I know the Glow 3D team, they actually have a fabric department where they do all the testing from spirality to fabric shrinkage, and then we take those fabric physics and put it into Glow 3D. So yes, it's extremely accurate depending on the fabric testing as well.
Moving background in 3D. Got it. Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. Jessica, you can go first.
Justin replied to my question. So quickly to reply to your question, I know that our internal team, along with Clo3D team, we are working on ways to automate the hanging, folding processes within our software and platform. But I cannot really be sure to tell like when it is going to be like released. But just to give you a high level thought that we are working on it right now.
And I saw some questions is related to Avalon fan. Yeah, Avalon dummy, I think. Yeah. You can just upload Avalon dummy. Yeah. But I'm not sure if it is what you wanted to know. Yeah. But it is compatible. Yeah. Basically. And then another thing is, I saw rack the moving background in 3D animated file in Clo 3D. Yeah, it's a good idea. We will mark it down.
And to answer to Zoe's question, how does mobile coverage or Wi-Fi strength affect the 3D fit feature in CLO-SET? The connection, the internet connection of your mobile device or the desktop device does affect the speed of the entire platform. So it is the more connection, the better connection you have, the better service that you will receive, just like the other platform service as well.
And then from the fitting viewer, inputting the size measurements will change the avatar size and show the fit. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw some of the question is related to remesh, and it will be possible in Clo 3D. And I think another question is from Kenneth. The accuracy of paper pattern. Again, you can try it. Yeah, the first hand experience is more important. So just try it in Clo and you will know. But for sure, you can also watch our YouTube video and tutorial in Clo websites. And yeah. Yeah, and also see if any questions like some questions is from the presentation of Robert or the live demo from me and Mikhail. Just feel free to ask.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then I think we'll wrap up this session then. Guys, thank you so much for joining. And as we said, if you've got any more questions, please feel free to let us know. And and if there's anything you want to see in the next webinar session, again, please let us know and we'll happily create some great new exciting content for you. And as I said, this session today will be uploaded onto YouTube. And yeah, really, really thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. And I saw, sorry, just one more small questions. Can we keep in touch? Yes, we can keep in touch. we have the, if you have any questions, maybe we can share our email, hello@clo-set.com with you. So you can ask questions here. Yeah, so just feel free to, reach us, keep in touch anytime. And also please stay tuned in the next webinar. We will more deep dive in different parts that you are interested in. For example, maybe virtual showroom or virtual trial. Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you so much. And yeah, please keep in touch. And one other thing, if you sign up to our newsletter as well, you'll be updated when we have new feature releases.
Yeah.
So please, please sign up to our newsletter. Perfect. Lovely. Guys, take care and
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice
Bye.
day.
Thank you very much. Bye.